You know, that is an ancestor, by the way. At Makerere, we have ancestors. Let me call Simba. Just come and say something. Come on, give him the vibe. Simba. We. I see the way. Somebody say students, surviving go. Gallant intellectuals, you men and women of intrepidity, you men and women of valor, you have been devalued and ordained to expedition celebrate, to unflinching vindicate, this is our alma mater, under the stewardship of the full comrades. Gallant intellectuals, you have been chosen on this memorable day to be with us today as we liberate those who are facing hunger, those who are serving in halls of residence. I want to assert, I want to affirm that as we champion the rights of the Makererians, under the National Unity Platform, we shall never allow the students to starve. Enupo, the National Unity Platform, Listening God. There is yet another elder, but not only an elder, but an ancestor. Bossa. Hey, look at boy, man. Creating for us food world. We want food world. A new pie. A chocolate. Gallant Makererians. I have always told you that our party, the National Unity Party, shall never allow us suffer. It will never allow us suffer. That is why from day one I have always believed. From when I was a year one, I have spent 5 years in the National Unity Platform. I have always believed that this is the party that is always going to be there for us. In starving, when we have food, when we have nothing, it is the party that is always going to stand with us. Unlike our colleagues from the National Resistance Movement, who have always made us, who have always start bread, they give us nothing. And yet they are the ones who pass the very policies. They are the ones who refuse to give us money that is supposed to be ours. They are the ones who delay allowances to come in at all the time. They are the ones, NRM is the party that has caused suffering in the university. It has taken away everything that we deserve. It has always, because right now you can see who runs the university. It is the administration. It is a public university. We deserve, they owe us something. If they cannot provide us better education, they owe us a good living. They owe us good welfare. For us to get the energy to go to the libraries and be able to read. How are we going to read if we cannot eat, if we are hungry? So it is a call to you. It is a call to each and every one of us that when you sit down and sit on yourself, it is a call to all of us here. It is a genuine call to all of us here. They're coming down on. So it is a genuine call. It is a clarion call to all of you that whenever they sit on the rights of others, it might be a case for government students, but at the end of the day, you realize they are private students. Now, government students are crying, yet they have someone to cry to. But they are private students who cry, and nobody is going to give them anything, right? For me, I've always been a private student from day one. I've never received even a call from anyone to give me anything. Yeah, but I've always stood with Makerelians. I've always stood with government students to fight for them, because I know once we continue fighting, once we fight for a revolution of students, one day things are going to change, right? So it is not a question of Northcote. It is not a question of Mitchell. It is never a question of has the Guild president stood with us, right? I know that is the most important thing. Our leaders must be able to stand with us at all times. But I'm telling you that if we do not, and our president has always told us, fighting starts with us ourselves, right? Fighting starts with us ourselves. When we wait for our leaders to come and stand for us, they are going to die of hunger. There are days when you were in halls of residency and you could not get anything. You look for coins where you did not live there. You get like 300 shillings and go and purchase cassava. And you feed on that with bushera. I know very many people who can relate to that. Yeah? But this kind of brotherhood, the vigor, the urge to fight for yourselves is what matters at the end of the day. Today you're going to say, you're going to fight, and then they provide these allowances. But next semester, what is going to happen? They are going to delay them. Yeah, I've been in moments when these are temporary fights. But the president has always told you, stand up for leadership positions. When you get into leadership, do not be coward. Stand up, maintain your stand as a good president. Yeah, I'm hearing some of you calling out some of the leaders that we voted. Personally, I'm one of the people who entrusted them. I met you and sold these candidates to you, right? But at the end of the day, when you become a leader, please make sure that that administration never compromises you at any one time, right? Once you make your stand clear to them, once you stand with your students, they're going to respect you even more. I was a minister in Nambasa's government, but she never at one time allowed those people to compromise her. She made it clear to them that students want this. We always fought at all times. So, it is my question to you that, to you leaders, all of you are leaders, the party has provided for you food, but this is only a temporary measure. It is only temporary. This food will not take even 2 weeks. But what do we need as a university? We should not be threatened. Just because police is outside, that does not mean that we are not going to pass there when you are going back. So, no one should intimidate you. The right to a living includes the right to access to food. Whether it is a private student, whether it is a government student. I need you students to have courage and always choose leaders or stand in those very leadership positions to make sure that you ask for what you owe. You understand? So, lastly, as I conclude, I would love to thank each and everyone who has been able to make it here. I would love to thank the leaders that have been able to mobilize. Otule, Wandukwa, Pasalirwa, Saku, all of you. I would love to thank all of you who have made an effort to come here amidst all the propaganda and intimidation that there is going to be police here. Even if they come, this is our country. So, thank you so much. We build for the future, for good and my country. People power, our power.
Thank you so much. That is our ancestor. No, he's an elder yet to be an ancestor. He's progressively about to qualify. Not so? Yeah, thank you so much. For the case of gender, do you have any lady in the house that has gotten the vibe? Anita. Come, please come. Anita, honorable Anita. Anita, hoy. Anita, hoy. Please escort her, please escort her. Yeah. Oh, the Iron Lady, oh, yeah. Hey, coming, oh. You know, we used to strike and it was one way. So whenever we would meet beautiful ladies, we could say, Akahaga, Akahaga, Akahaga. Anyway.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
You come and just give us the vibe. I like this young gentleman here. Saku, you are. Ema Keriro.
Each and everyone in the nation, I tell those people of media to stand together with the students, the starving students. students, the government students, me not leaving out the private students. They're also suffering. I'm a private student. I'm also suffering. A common student like you. We must stand together as one. We must not be divided. If you feel as I feel, if you cry as I am crying right now, I call upon you to stand with us and fight for change, to stand with us as revolutionaries. Whoa, whoa. People's power, a solidarity. Kunga Chagulanyi Kunga, Kunga NUP Kunga, Kunga Makerere Kunga. Hello. Yeah. I like the vibe. I like the what? Ladies and gentlemen, women of valor, men of valor, join me as we welcome the combatant, the commander, the senior, the combatant, you men and women of valor, you men and women of virtue, the gallant members of intellectual cosmos, a cream de la cream of intellectualism, the gallant members of Congogo Mari, it is ultimately trafficking, bombasting, incansagarous, very baldadas, it is intertwined with idiosyncratic serendipity, a combatant, a fighting go, for student rights so, and now war. Hello, gallant Makererian. As I conclude, there was a poet called John Donne who said, "Don't ask for whom the bell tolls, it toll for thee." The bells no longer toll for minority, it toll for all of us. The bells no longer toll for combatant, it toll for all of us. Let's come on the crossroad of history and we send our heart back. We fight for the right of Makererian. We fight for human right fundamentalism. A Makerero, a culture, a regaining no, a reclaiming no. That's the combatant for you. Please give him a round of applause. Thank you, Mr. Combatant. Rogers, please bring the minister here. There is a seat for her. I change la chiveko. I change la twachimaze. There is a visionary president in this place. There is a visionary president, none other than Robert Santamuchagulani. The only visionary president we have in the Republic of Uganda. So whoever is yawning, it is about to stop. I am telling you, even Alsa's about to stop. He's about to come. The gladiator, do you know the gladiator? The ghetto gladiator. You're about to see him. You're about to see who? People power. You first stand-ups. Hey Bobi. Hey Bobi. Hey Chagulani. Hey Bobi. Hey Bobi. Hey Chagulani. People power. Our power. People power. People power. Our power. Hey Bobi. Hey Bobi.
Chagulani, Bobi, Bobi, Chagulani. People power! Our power! People power! You can get seated. Yeah, I think no one is dozing. Yeah, we are just eagerly waiting for that honest time to welcome the ghetto gladiator, the only visionary president in the Republic of Uganda, the legitimate president of Uganda is about to come. Ladies and gentlemen, I still want more vibe. Wandukwa, jana utuwayo, Wandukwa, coming on,
We're live ku Shalom Television Uganda. Subscribe to the channel. Tugende maaso President Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu asinkana abayizi Makerere ne University
Makerere. Piga makofi. Chaguwe wafo yote maga. Na yatimani. Chaguwe wafo yo. Na yatimani. Nenu puya feno. Na yatimani. Nenu puya feno. Na yatimani. Chagulani wafono.
Waliwo amubuuza nga njogera mpola baana ejjo lwadde ekisolo twakoye nnyo sina kukyajinga kuzzaawo maanyi. Piga makofi. Chagulani wafoyo. President tuli naye mu house. Ejjo lwadde ekisolo mukulike twatambule nabo. This is Shalom Television Uganda.
Galan Makerere. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wanda Simon, and first and foremost I want to thank you all for making it to this venue amidst very serious intimidation both from the police and from the administration. The question, yes, and the hunger. Yes, the question of hunger in Makerere is a reality that we all may want to shy away, but lives with us. Many of our friends have remained behind there, and they're actually dying in their small rooms. Some of them have not had even a single meal from yesterday. It does not discriminate the government or private students. And I think it is only just important.
Can we stand up? Can we rise as we receive our visionary president, His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi, aka Bobi Wine, the ghetto gladiator. Bobi. Our power. Chagulani, people power. Our power. Listen to this. Our students are complaining night and day. They wonder why they continue to live this way. Listen to me.
All we know is that things can change someday. If you really want them to change anyway. Makerere land is of abundance, but Makererians are suffering hunger today. Listen to me one more time. Now, Angela, if Museveni wants like presidency, we must abandon that silly tendency. Listen to me. Uganda's rich, but Uganda's poor because the leader is drunk in power. He runs the nation like family affair. The citizens suffer, but he don't care. Say, United Forces of Change. Everybody. People power. Our power. People power is our power. Our power is people power. Power. People power is our power. People power. Mr. President, when it comes to university and university politics and universitarians, things become different. We were supposed to begin with prayer, but you see how they have started. The prayer was different. So I assume you know that we have prayed. Thank you. Come and lead us in both the national and the NUP anthem and Makerere anthem. You are free to call assistance.
President.
I feel like passing. I feel like graduating. My name is Wanda Joshua. I come from Castle District, and I'm at Makerere doing education. Thank you.
Someone agala kumutikira kala yeko president agala mutikira.
So we are going to sing the national anthem. Then we sing the NUP anthem and the Makerere anthem. Oh, Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in thy hands. United, free, for Makerere, Makerere, we beautiful.
Dr. Enzaim on Kushala television in Uganda. So President Makerere Romani.
Do not forget, those who have been through the gate of Makerere, give them the pride, give them the pride. All through grace by the grace, Makerere, Makerere, Makerere. So let's mobilize the power and we sing the most powerful anthem. Oh, Lutaro, Garuete, Tuliambare Ngure, Tuliambare Ngure, Tuliambare Ngure. Oh, Lutaro, Garuete, Tuliambare Ngure, tulivimba mu Uganda empya. Tuliyambala, 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 engule zimasa masa. Olutalo nga luwedde tuliyambala engule,
tulivimba mu Uganda empya.
Emma Kerero, Echagura Nyoy,
President yavuka mwana ya president mazima ddala alaba amadeka outfit ke kuvuka jja mu bavubuka ali kukitegera mwana.
You will have your seats.
President mwana amala
Because I said we had a
president
special prayer.
boy
We commit this gathering to God, and we pray that He guides us through, especially on this day when we are meeting with the standard of Uganda's future. You are the standard of Uganda's future. What Uganda will be like. So if you go stand for the voiceless, you know that Uganda will not have voiceless people because you are the standard of the future. And we are very, very humbled that we are with you here, though not in very interesting times, not in merry-making times, but in times when your plight has been forgotten, times when the environment that anybody is supposed to enjoy while getting into the academia is not what you are enjoying. You are stifled to achieve whatever took you there, and it is for that reason that the National Unity Platform, being a party of young people, a party of the promise of the new Uganda, a party with inclusivity, we found it imperative that we give you a platform, because we have seen the nasty ongoings everywhere. You saw what happened, what is happening in Chambogo, and all your other sister and brother students. So we do stand with you, and that's the purpose that we are here. Mr. President, sir, this gathering is here to understand the plight of our government students in all, both government and tertiary institutions that have been forgotten by those that are responsible to cater for their welfare. They are in very deplorable state, and we want to thank you and your leadership and the party for giving them that platform. We thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, because we are bogged by time, we will have very few speakers, but I want to take special recognition of the leaders present. The one in charge of the young people, the Honorable Zake Francis Botelli, is with us. You're most welcome. We do have Benjamin Katana, the party treasurer, he's with us, and the former guild president. We are with the secretary general of the party, a former leader of the student union, guild speaker, Makerere University. You're most welcome. I want to welcome Musiri, the one in charge of students. He's the head of institutions here. I want to also introduce the former guild president, Dr. Nambasa. You're most welcome. Zake was also guild president. Yes, Zake was also guild president. So without wasting any more time, allow me to invite Peter Banks. Peter Banks, is he here? Yes, Peter Banks, please come and give us an opening of whatever is happening there, and then we will invite Ainembawa Zidori, the Minister of Government Students, to also put us in the loop.
Thank you so much. First and foremost, protocol observed, I'd like to thank God for this opportunity he has granted to me to stand in front of great men and women of valor, valiant Konkogome, the Pompokamas, the great intelligence here of the high suit, Makerere University. Mr. President, sir, me standing here is not because of my love, but the hunger I have as a person. As a student of Makerere University, we are not happy with what is happening in Makerere University. We government students, we take translate nights reading books in high schools, coming to university expecting much, but you have received less than you expected. Mr. President, sir, I would like to thank you for hearing our cry. We, the hungry students of Makerere University, for what you have done. It's a great work what you have granted to us. I would like to take you through what you are supposed to receive as we government students. As the freshers, those are people who have just joined campus, the year ones, they are supposed to receive 799,900 shillings. But then, people who are sleeping inside the halls, because of university, we have UH, we have Mitchell, we have Muguruma and Sibira, we have Africa, we have Lumumba, we have Mary Stewart. Yes, whatever it is. People who are sleeping inside, the freshers received 92,000. It was 92 hours, received 92,000. Those are the freshers. Then the continuing students who are sleeping inside the school received 32, not 320,000. So, Mr. President, sir, come to people who are sleeping outside the halls. People received less money that cannot even accommodate them to pay the rent to the halls, the hostels they are supposed to sleep in. They are sleeping there, but they have nothing to eat. Because those people received 450,000 that they are paying for rent, 350, so they end up remaining with 100,000. Now the semester is ending to that, but money has not been added to us. So you think that somebody is going to the roads. You have the guy called Matene, he's taking our things. We have put our laptops there so that we can get food to survive. My laptop was taken because I had nothing to eat. I had to give Marlene the loan. So my security to give me the money. I expect the money the next month, as they expected, as they promised us, but didn't receive the money. All my shoes has been taken. I took my shoes to my guy in UH, so that I'll give him money I can get because I was that manning me. But why all that? Because of the government we are having in university. They're not caring about us, they're caring on themselves. The first week we went to the Senate to negotiate with the dean or to negotiate with the bursar. We ended up negotiating with the officers. All I wanted that officers, all the staff members of Makerere University. Not really. But we ended up negotiating with the officers. And again, we didn't get a chance of seeing the bursar, nor the dean, or the Wangwe, the VC. Why are they hiding? If what are they doing is very true. So, all know this, but we are unhappy of what is taking place in Makerere University. And Mr. President, sir, I thank you for the great work you've done. Me personally, I like you so much. My nigga, I like you, boy. You get? So, because of hunger, even yesterday, Otule stand up, my brother. That senior comrade about me supper yesterday. I had no supper. Is that about for me? So you end up being a burden to senior comrades, which is bad as a government student. We worked hard, we slept, we had president sleeps, reading books, because all my sisters and brothers went through Makerere University. A lot they told us about Makerere University. But Makerere is starting to become a kindergarten. Things are not moving the way they told us, because all I was studying so that I can reach at the highest hill of integrity. But what is there? They are doing a disservice, hunger. We are many, we over 5,000 people, but because of papers and fixed schedules, 5,000. We are over. Yes, they can't hear all of us. So, a lot we are supposed to be here, but because of schedules, papers and tests, our senior comrades are still there. And I also recall to whoever that is listening to my voice, you should also support us. We are requesting for your donations. In whatever hand it will pass to us, reach a guarantee Makerere, a guarantee common Makerere in university. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Let us have the former minister, right? A minister in government. The current government. Sorry. She's the minister in charge. They are the people in power. Where is their money?
Praise God. Mr. President, the Secretary General, a good afternoon to all of us who are here. I'm called Doreen Ainembabaz, and I'm serving as the current Minister for Production, Employment, Environment and Estates at Makerere University. I'm here to put out a cry to the government students. Members, we are hungry. We are very hungry. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying, we Makerere students, we are very hungry. And I want to say that we've been pushed onto the wall since the semester began. We have been adequately given onto our allowances. This is not really working onto us, the government students. Now, this cry that we are putting out, we are calling upon organizations there, people there, to come and hear out our cry. I want to take this opportunity to thank Mr. President for hearing out our cry. We don't take it for granted. Not all have been given the opportunity. Yeah, I want to go back into the statistics of how much we've been receiving since the semester began for those students that stay inside or outside. But I want to say that we need your help, and we call upon the government to do its part. We are tired of empty promises. They're promising here and there. We are tired. I want to end this communication by saying thank you so much for the chance that you've given to us to put out our grievances, and thank you for hearing us. Thank you for providing to us. We are very grateful.
All those words are of a minister in Makerere University. So it means that that is how truthful it is. The students of Makerere are angry and angered for not fulfilling the obligations of government. But don't you worry, I know it might be after you have left, but we are sure in the government of the National Unity Platform, things will always be moving in the trajectory that we desire, all of us. Let me invite, come and say something, Doctor.
Street Kampala
Mr. President, the Secretary General, our leaders and students, good afternoon to you all. I understand you're very hungry and I'm not going to take a lot of your time. People power. People power. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you as a former guild president of the Ivory Tower, the magnificent Makerere University. And I'm not new to the challenges that you expressed today. I was personally a government student. So I have gone through such times, and I want to tell you that there is a time we even striked at night because our recess allowances had not come through. So you're not the first, but I just hope that maybe you're the last. I want to remind you that during the time of the bad Idi Amin, all students that went to Makerere studied for free. They didn't pay money. They were given food. They were given allowances. They were given books in the library. But during the good times of the current regime, that is compared to the regime of the Amins, we have what we have here today. Am I communicating? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to assure you that we are with you. We support you as former leaders. We stand with you. We understand your cry. And I want to in a special way to appreciate our party for coming through to help the distressed Makerere students. Because having to read, having to use your brain, I think the brain uses the most amount of glucose, but I really wonder if you're really passing those tests. I really wonder if you're, please let us remain in line. And I know that we are very hungry, and I want to send out a message to the people that are in charge. If someone is expected to receive 700 plus thousand or 500 something, why would you give them 92,000? There is a belief that the office in charge could be using that money maybe to first make something, then they will give you the profits. And we know these things, we know these things, we know who is in charge of these things. You know the buses office, and we support you. That money is there. They have the money. If they can give musicians billions of money, why shouldn't they give the future of this country the money that they deserve to give? Ladies and gentlemen, we are with you. We support you. Please continue to fight. Do not stop fighting. We have been threatened. I know that the DPC called some of you this morning, and that's why you're not here. But wherever you are, we stand with you. Mr. DPC, these are your children that you want to survive on hungry stomachs, yet they studied to make it to the university on government scholarship. And they were promised things. We have a contractual agreement with the people that admitted you to the university. They're supposed to provide these things for you. So we stand with you, we support you, continue to fight. The little support that is provided here, I do believe that it can do something, but do not relent. Continue to fight. Your money is there, someone is sitting on it, and the more you press, they're going to release that money. People power, our power. Thank you very much.
Indeed, you are a true former leader. You still have it on your fingertips. Let us invite, I think these three can come at once. Mr. Otuke Isaac, our NUP. Otule. Yes, Mr. Otule. Mr. Wanda Simon, and then Mr. Churchill. Just he'll be the highlight.
Emakero, Enupa, Epipa Power, Echaguranyo, Efudo, Ewinigo, Elosing Z, Hanga Z, Administration Z. Hello. The president, the legitimate president of Uganda, our dear Secretary General, the party leadership, student leaders, and everyone around. We welcome you this place. But before I take this great opportunity, as one of the leaders of the new interim chapter, to thank our dear president for having listened to our cry. The day we came here to write, very many students were crying in Makerere University over hunger. We had nothing to do. We helped those we could, but we couldn't help everyone. We wrote to the president, he welcomed us, we talked to him, and he said he will give some help to the few, and that's what he has done. Mr. President, I'm here to inform you that back in the days, being on government was a pleasure. It was something that everyone wished to be, but today, to the current students of Makerere, it has become a disgrace. If they're on government, they don't give them their allowances. Even parents are well convinced that the government is giving them money, so they don't give them upkeep. Today, as I speak, people are starving. But I want to assure Mr. President, this is very unfortunate. We don't wish to see our fellow students starving to death. We don't wish to see them committing suicide, because when you add anger to examination stress, it equals to death. And yet we are going for our examinations. Mr. President, the day we left here, the DPC of Wanda Afande Hassan, called all the Mugosa leaders who came here. He told them, we are going to arrest you, we are going to suspend you. And very many of them got intimidated. He just said that because they're mobilizing for people to come and get food. But I want to assure you, Mr. DPC, we are ready to die of bullets, but we shall not die of hunger. Back to my fellow students. These are the times that we need to stand as the youths of this country. These are the times that we need to know that everything concerns us. When we had the fees policy, some government students were like, I don't pay tuition, the government pays for me. They shied away. Today we're on government, today she's on the government side. Very many private students are like, it's not about me. But I want to assure you, everyone will test on the pain, on the tears of this government. I want to assure you. This is the time that we need to stand, that we need to revive the Makerere that existed, that when one student missed an examination, all the rest never did that examination. But I want to assure you, even me speaking, I missed an examination over tuition. Just because we have lost it. Where have we gone wrong? Why don't we have those solid leaders, the current aspirants? Where did the Makerere leadership go? Where did the revolutionaries go? Where did the Musiris of today? It's time that we need to stand as Makererians and put up a change. And I may have a lot to say, but due to time, thanks very much for listening to me.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wanda Simon. I am a third-year law student, and I am a hungry Makererian. Very hungry and very angry. Mr. President, in 2017, the administration of Makerere removed food from halls of residence amidst the strong opposition from the Education Committee of Parliament, and they scrapped off that privilege of food. And from that time, students are dying in their small rooms in Chukumi, and in halls of residence. Students are surviving on cassava and water, and yet they're supposed to be in classes, concentrated and reading. The Nawangwe administration and its policies do not have any empathy on students. All they want is to reduce a university to a go to class and back to your room kind of thing. This is a university for God's sake. We have had many times when this university comes out to shut down students whenever they have genuine concerns. When the former guild president, Nambasa, was president, she led a team of students to strike for their rights. And I want to tell you, gallant Makererians here, that whereas the NUP, the National Unity Platform here, has given us food in the form of rice and posho, I want to implore you, I am not part of those that are going to keep lamenting on several other organizations calling out for food. I want to call upon you, let us get back to streets like we have always done. When Nambasa led a group of students, Nawangwe suspended students until he could not suspend them anymore. There were many. Yes. But when they suspend you alone, everyone keeps quiet. When Basa Price was suspended alone, everyone kept quiet. You know, when I was suspended with a group of few others like Odama there, the rest of you kept quiet. But when Nambasa was suspended with a group of 15, all of them were restated. Now, Nawangwe does not have capacity to suspend all of you in thousands. For God's sake, you are over 5,000 document students. And I want to call upon you that as we are here lamenting about the food problem and challenge in Makerere University. I know we have done our part as government students. We have always come out on street to raise our voices, but there are more problems concerning government students. Recently, they have cut the number of government students from over 5,000 to 3,000. There was a policy that was passed on the floor of Parliament to increase the allowances from 4,500 to 10,000. It was still cut down by the cabinet of Mr. Museveni. Now, these are things we're talking about and a reality in this country. When we talk about these things, many of you think we're politicizing, but the challenges of government students is real. Get back on streets, put on your red gowns whenever you're oppressed, and demand for your rights. Thank you very much. Emakere road. Emakere road. A fighting goal. A fighting goal. Intimidation is Z. Intimidation is Z. And I want to see. Ra. Cha. Hello. People power. Our power. We. I say you. E pathetic leaders, e pathetic government, okuchikuo, e administration Z, e losing Z, e hunger Z, e starving Z, e winning goal. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of Uganda, the Secretary General of the ruling political party, Mr. Treasurer, Minister in charge of Youth Affairs, all esteemed leaders present, fellow Makererians, a good afternoon to you all. My name is Sjams, a son of the land and a member of the Hungry Students Committee that has decided to associate at the government offices here at Kabul. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to join you to present our plea to the President. Mr. President, sir, this is just a preamble of the pain and hunger inside the great walls of Makerere. Many students were intimidated from coming, many were demoralized, many were intimidated about suspensions and all what's not. However, in Durham, ladies and gentlemen, you that are here, I do representation of those that have decided to stand with what you believe is right. The DPC made few calls yesterday. I, for one, received the call. I was told not to indulge myself in things that do not concern me, but I strongly believe I and Makerere students are as one. Whether or not a government student, what affects a girls Makerere affects us as one. We are here in unison and in unison to extend our cry to you, the President of the National Unity Platform, and to other donors. We are very much aware that a bigger population of people would have been here if it weren't for certain circumstances. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had a history of draconian policies being instigated by the current administration. And Mr. President normally said, a great writer once said that every generation has its mission, and it is upon that generation to betray or fulfill that mission. God's Makererians who have a mission to see that these draconian policies come to an end. You don't need a leader. You don't need a leader to show you direction. However, it is self-instigated. It is self-propagated. I strongly believe you that are here is a true representation of what you believe in. And if you really have to stand for the truth, you better be ready to stand alone. I would like to conclude by saying that the greatest question of the day shall not be answered by the speeches of the nobles, but by blood and iron. Let's get that blood and iron out. Let's go there and let's fight for what's right the iron. Emma, get it on! Emma, get it on!
You know, when somebody quotes Otto von Bismarck at these times, I'm encouraged and inspired. Thank you very much, Churchill. You've made my day. You have spoken, and I am grateful that you got the time, Churchill. Thank you. They took the time. Musiri.
Thank you, Deputy Spokesperson, the Mighty Party, National Unity Platform, Mr. President, the Revolutionary President, His Excellency Robert Sentam Chakulai, aka Bobi Wine. I like saying that out. Secretary General and former Speaker, Makerere University, and former President of Law Society at Makerere. My brother, I call him my brother because I love him so much, Benjamin Katana. He is so much, he loves the institutions, the students at large, and he's our treasurer. Thank you so much for being around. Zake Zivoge, our Commissioner of Parliament. You know you are the Commissioner, the legitimate one. Yes. I mean it. That's why I assert it assertively. Madam President, you know, once a president at Makerere, you die a president, you know that. Nambasa, Shamim Nambasa, and the gallant comrades. First of all, it is not about only government students from Makerere University alone, Mr. President. We have the representation of government students from Chambogo University. Please stand up and the president sees you around. He's alone because right now as we speak, government students of Chambogo University have an industrial action. They are currently striking, they are on the streets. Therefore, those of us that are here, it's just as late as yesterday. As Churchill and colleagues have said, please get out your gowns, iron them, and you know how we do it. You know the practice, you know the culture of Makerere University. Mr. President, I just want to remind these young men, because of time, about our times. You know, you sang some nice song. Of course, all your songs are nice. The lyrics are nice. But you say that people want to go to heaven, but they don't want to die. I don't know whether people think about them. Think about the lyrics, apart from just dancing themselves around the lyrics. Therefore, I want to empower young men of the Hill currently, that some of us were suspended, not even once, not even twice, but we still stayed firm and we stood firm. I want to tell you that I was suspended 4 times. I won a scholarship from the Chinese embassy. It was scrapped off during the Christmas fall that I led with colleagues. Mr. President, when impasses like now come, when people are hungry, they forget that they have a duty to fight. I want to thank you, Mr. President. The day we came to Makerere, you named me after a giant on the continent Africa called Stephen Biko Bantu. It was yesterday that you called me the same name. And by calling me Stephen Biko, I knew it was His Excellency Robert Sentam Chakulai calling, no other. We shall not go in the details of how and what happened on Stephen Biko Bantu. But that's why I want to empower you young men. I want to guide you that scholarship, you was shivering around, saying, I can't lose it. I can't do what is best. I can't do my duty. It's nothing. I want to tell you that I have colleagues that have gotten first-class degrees, but rotting in the villages because of unemployment. I am telling you that you students, you must know your role, that you are the catalyst of change in the revolution. I want to thank those of you that have come out. Amidst the intimidation, well, you are not even intimidated. Mr. President, the man they are talking about, Matene, who is lending money to your students, our brothers and sisters, is a former emperor of Lumumba. And as we speak now, he's also a coward. He used to stand, but now he's a coward and is being used. We do not know his sources. And I want to tell you, Mr. President, that these people have not yet faced the wrath of the management. But when we stood firm with those of Obediju, Konkuboth, Darmel, at one time, Professor Barnabas Nawango was a coward to us, that every day we would stand, he would be on the next plane to Russia. Can't you be like us? I want to remind you, I wasn't acting in any capacity. I was only the class rep of my course that was about to be even scrapped off. Just a class rep intimidating a vice chancellor. At one time, we got them in the main building. They started urinating. Vice professors, because these are not professors, these are mafias, acting on behalf of the tyranny to squeeze you, because they know if you stand and just do what you're supposed to do, you can change this government. You are the only way, I mean you students, for our president, His Excellency Robert Sentamu Chaplain, to become the next president, because he's a legitimate president that we voted in 2021. Who doesn't know that? But because we were sleeping on job, that's why he's not in the State House. Then you raise up. It's beyond just government students. Because I can tell you that all institutions are under attack. They are all under siege. We have seen a lot of draconian policies everywhere. And Mr. President, lastly, this is how they compromise these students. While we were fighting and struggling in Christmas fall, during the draconian policy that necessitates the 15% tuition increment for graduate 5 years, some of the leaders were compromised by just now one can go to the climax, to the extreme of just bribing a student by getting what they want. There is one friend of ours who said he wanted to sleep with a white woman. I am telling you, Professor Barnabas Nawango got a white woman for that guy. There are those that were compromised for just on the petty space, and you know them. But when we stood, for example, Papa Were, we taught him a lesson. Can you stand up? Gallant Makerere, gallant combatants of Makerere, can you stand up and teach somebody a lesson? It is time now or never for God and my country.
Thank you, Steve Biko of Uganda. That was powerful. Comrade BK.
People power, our power, the Makerere. I know you're hungry, so I will not take a lot of time. Gallant but hungry intellectuals. This is a sweet but bitter moment. Sweet in a sense that we get share in friendship and comradeship, but bitter that you're hungry. And your hunger is not on account of government's inability to take care of you, but because you are not a priority of government. Every day you see headlines of billions of money given away because the priority of the rich. If you want to build a country, you invest in building the future. How do you invest in building for the future? You know the motto of Makerere, build for the future, by prioritizing education. But because education is not a priority, because we are not dealing with statesmen who are interested in the future, but we are dealing with people that are interested in regime survival, the money that should have fed you, because it is your right, because you fulfilled your side of the bargain and excelled in exams, that money is used by the regime of Museveni to rent support. And if someone does not treat you as a priority, then you should also not treat them as what? As a priority. Every day we see ridiculous statements coming from Makerere University suspending students. But you know what that means? It means that Nawangwe and the administration have chosen to be agents of oppression. But the bigger problem is not the agents, but the master of the agents, who is oppression personified, Museveni. Where there is his name, you can replace it with oppression. And oppression, wherever it exists, the only medicine for oppression is resistance. But if you listen to intimidation from a mere DPC, you listen to intimidation from Nawangwe and others that work with him, you are enabling him to perform his job of being an agent of oppression effectively. You are empowering him. The only way you can stop that oppression is by standing up to be counted. Your hunger has a relationship with a person who is now dying in hospital because there is no medicine and the doctor has not been paid to perform their duty. When a regime loses legitimacy, it now concentrates on two things: violence and buying support. So the money that should have taken care of you, the money that should have worked in the hospitals, the money that should have enabled your parents to access medical care, that should have enabled roads to be worked on, is being used by Museveni to facilitate his political machinery. So from today, you should know that your enemy, the reason why you're hungry, the reason why the side of government has not been fulfilled is not because of Nawangwe. Nawangwe is just an agent of an oppressive and parasitic system of Museveni, which you must stand up and fight. Thank you very much.
The Secretary General.
Temuyina manyi wanange, and understandably so. People power, our power. People power. Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. President and fellow leaders. I just want to reiterate the words of Comrade Otule, that injustice against one is injustice against all. And he clearly said that when it came to private students, government students said this does not concern us. Today it is government students and private students are saying this does not concern us. When Makerere is being oppressed, Chambogo says this is not about Chambogo. When Chambogo is being oppressed, Makerere does not speak out. But we eventually realize that we are all caught up in this web of injustice in this our country. I was listening to your leaders the other day and they told me that some female students have been forced to go into what? Because they are hungry and they are starving. How can Makerere students be allowed to go? This one is calling them sleepovers, but they are not really sleepovers. It is terrible. So we must all rise up and resist injustice and impunity. Like my brother Benjamin said, all that is happening is not because the government does not have money. They have more than necessary, but you people are not a priority to them. And yet we are singing that we build for the future, the great Makerere. How can you build for the future when students are hungry and they are starving? And when they rise up to speak, I saw this comrade from Chambogo the other day being picked up like grasshoppers. Right now as you are coming in, I saw police guys here trying to stop you. And the DPC saying you should not come to Kabule because Kabule is going to give you food. I even saw some propaganda which they had put out there to say that NUP has cancelled this event. That we needed permission from police, we did not get it, therefore the event has been cancelled because they are trying to frustrate you in that regard. So, ladies and gentlemen, we need to understand what is going on in this country. For us as a national unity platform, we believe in investing in the future of our country. That is why our main priority is healthcare and education. And I can tell you, the day our president sits in that state house, which legitimately would belong to him even right now, the things we are going to focus on, most importantly, are education and healthcare. Why? Because if you invest in the people, you are investing in the future of your country. That is what we believe in. That is what we believe in as the National Unity Platform. It is very unfortunate. I even saw a headline the other day. They were saying that very soon they are going to scrap government scholarship. Instead of increasing, they are just trying to reduce. And that is what they want to do. They want to scrap government scholarship. And what will happen to that money? You know what has been going on. We lose over 10 trillion shillings in corruption every single year. Other countries are even having free university education for all students. But here, even the few who are on government scholarship, they are not giving you allowances on time, and they are even contemplating removing all that. So I think the most important call today is rise up and defend your rights. Rise up and fight for a better country. Someone was even telling me yesterday that some government students, the little money you get, you send some of it at home. Because your parents are what? Are poor. So you can see that the problem is not only here, it is a national problem. So when a parent is lucky and their child goes on government scholarship, they know that at least these other children are going to get some money. When that government student is given an allowance, this one who is at Makerere is going to send me some money, and I take the siblings of this one to school. So stop looking at this as your own problem. Look at it as a national problem, and let us fight to resolve it. Without wasting any other time, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to allow you to allow me again to invite the president to speak to us. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please resume your seats. Now, gallant Makererians, I mean hungry Makererians, and today I'm going to be brief. I wanted the world to listen to you, not to me. Me, I graduated from Makerere 21 years ago. So it is you guys that know the Makerere of today. When I was Makerere, when I was in Livingstone, when I was in Makerere, we would eat. Actually, every Thursday we would look forward to some chikoko. Those days, Makerere was the aspiration of every student, every child. We would burn the midnight candle to make sure we reach Makerere. And every time a child reached Makerere, the parents were relieved. Unfortunately, all that glory has been eroded over time. When I was listening to us singing the university anthem, you know me, I pay attention to the lyrics. I would hear from east to west, from north to the south, all voices singing, "Arise, Makerere." But does that still reflect? Does that still make sense? Arise, Makerere. Don't forget, through the years, those that have walked through the great gates of Makerere, are the gates still great? Is Makerere still great? I was very well represented by the people that have spoken, especially your leadership. Your former guild president put it very straight, and I cannot add so much useful stuff to that. However, like Comrade Katana said, all institutions are being eroded slowly but surely. What's painful is that what is meant to build for the future is actually clearly destroying the future. Imagine the children in primary school that are going for their PLE, those that are going for or are doing their UCE exams, those that are sitting their senior 6. You think they dream of coming to Makerere, the greatest university in Uganda? No. Because, I mean, look at the government students. Back then we would brag being government students. It meant a lot. People would fear me because I was a government student. They don't fear you anymore. Why? Because of what the regime has reduced you to. This is not an issue of the enablers. It is not an issue of the students that sell you out. As a matter of fact, it is not an issue of Nawangwe. That's the original planner of all this, and that is General Museveni. And if the guy was gone by now, you would not be here. So, friends, you are on your own. We all are on our own. And therefore, each one of you, each one of us must play a role in the transformation of this country. Everywhere it is dead because that's how they want it to be. They want to reduce you to beggars. But most importantly, they want to beat you down psychologically, to make you believe that you don't deserve anything. You are the first line of intellectualism in Uganda. But look at you, look at how you're being treated. They're forcing you to believe that you don't matter in this country. And I beseech you, don't accept that nonsense because you matter. Back in the day, how could a DPC in my days call a student of Makerere and tell them not to exercise their right? In my generation, you tell us that nonsense. It's like in my generation, all of us were Musidis. All of us were Nambasas. And I request you to emulate these leaders. Dictatorial governments only listen to pressure. And that brings me to why we invited you here. We were in Kisoro yesterday, but we knew that we had to meet you today. So what we are doing today is only a symbolic gesture of solidarity with you, to share a meal with you, but most importantly, to provoke those that are supposed to be fulfilling this responsibility and they are absconding on it. So with this gesture, I want to challenge the administration of Makerere, and indeed to warn you that these students that don't have to eat, when push comes to shove, they are going to eat you. So better do what you have to do now. To you friends, if you don't stand up, nobody is going to see you. If you don't speak up, nobody is going to hear you. such governments work on pressure. And we hope this gesture, number one, incites others. Because you guys are our children, you're our friends, but most importantly, you are our hope. So I encourage all thoughtful Ugandans to come to your aid. Hunger is not like rent. Rent can wait. Hunger, you cannot hide from it. Some of us have skills in hiding from landlords. But you cannot hide from your own stomach. So this is to remind those that are responsible and to provoke them and to warn them. With those few words, ladies and gentlemen, I want to encourage you to pressure those that are supposed to do things so that they can do what they are mandated to do. I thank you and I encourage you to stand firm, to resist. This is oppression, and like Bike said, you can replace oppression with Museveni. Rise up and demand for what's rightfully yours, because if you don't, then even the most basic of your rights, you will lose them. When you pressure them, they will do what they have to do and everybody will be happy. Thank you very much for God and my country.
People power, our power. I definitely don't want to be bya luzungu lero. Bya luzungu banani. Lero luzungu abo mawulire go Uganda mugaze mu Uganda nga munnyonnyola byayogedde mu luzungu. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We will not take questions. We will interact with you. We will now take the next step of the luncheon. There is a registration table there with Alan, so you work it out. You come and tell me here. I will not give you chance because the president has spoken. No, we are going to give you the modalities. Don't move as yet. We will give the direction on how we go because we have certain things that you're going to receive.
Oli ku Shalom Television Uganda, subscribe to the channel. Tutali abayi solo mukulekeyo kati tuli Kampala. Abangi beebuuza naye mwatambudde mutya? Twabuuse bubuuse. Twabuuse. Abanna oli. Aombe bwambi bwambi.
Mr. President, Mr. President,
Amasanyalazi. Oli live ku Shalom Television.
Mr. President, that man has very inspiring words. He really wanted me to give him a chance to say something. But this is what he has for you. He asks you to keep time when you have events. And there is a student who has passed on in Chambogo because of anger. A young girl has passed on because of anger. And let us all stand up in recognition of that lost soul. Let's stand up for recognition of that lost soul. That is what it means. It's not rhetoric. We are not here for games. People are dying, and they are dying of lack of food.
Zinasanga mukyazira bangeesa okusaaga omwana yafudde ekyambogo, yafudde enjala. Okitegeera. Pulezidenti agenda kubagabira ndaba omuceere n'akawunga. Pulezidenti agenda kubabeereramu nga bulijjo. His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Sharing a video, tambuza obubaka. Dr. Nzalunga bulijjo Wendi wano ku Shalom Television Uganda. ensonga ziri very serious. Nalwo ogamba otya Waiswa ogamba otya ate tagenda bawo neyokayoka wabula yaleese ne self service agenda bawa ne kamera akafumbe balyeko bagende ngaomutima gukakkanye bambi enjala ebaluma bambi enjala tebali bulungi bambi bannamakerere enjala tebali bulungi n'omulundi nagumu enjala etira ddala abantu mwana enjala etira ddala abantu waliwo yansere ku namba yange adde manyi agenda kumpa ku ssente wanjako eri bbaaga gireka yagijayo wabula ngende nebake paka nca kuva wano ngenda kwebaka paka nca ababoyi nkooye tuli ku kisero kya National Unity Platform. Abaana b'Emakerere mwena batugobera ku mukutu guno emwebale mwena okubeera nga kwemuli abaana b'Emakerere.
So those of you who have registered, you will do lines here. Alan, let's be here on the lines. Let the people begin from here. We will have the lines, students of Makerere only here. Those who are government students and have registered, come here like this. You will pass here, get whatever you get, and then we will have the name.
Make sure the person in front of you is from Makerere. Feel very proud to know that. Make sure it is the government student and the student. Okay? Not for no official. Okay, as long as the Makerere student, take the line. Thank you.
olaba kati awo mubatunuulidde bagenda yimirira nemwe mubawe andi nga kamera muzitunuza mube mutumuzulu ati kyembagamba erigeregere ekubidde wali bano baveewo wano Waiswa, yes. Mukono kumulinga kwa chile. Au. Kichagani kwa kwa deposition hiyo. Waiswa. No, mira para eso. Ya caballero, ya caballero. Yes, buli gwe bawayimirire wano tufune official photograph. Sister yimirira wano space ekyaliyo sister. Hello, sister.
So let's just have a picture here.
Okay, let's have that one. Thank you. Let's go forward.
Aha, President abaddukidde waliwo nga musobola kubaka paka nkya igwe tulabe ngenda kwebaka mpaka nkya ositamba wa
Abana b'Makerere batasinga basanyufu tulina obuzibu mu ggwanga ne bali kulembera tebasoma minisita wa education omuzanga okusoma bwali na buzibu nakufana natereza janet katanga sinyutakani nalo tugende
live ku Shalom Television Uganda. Dr. Enzyme Mugabulijjo President Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu addukiridde abaana b'amasomero aba government sponsorship badde batandise okufiira enjala eyo mu dormitories zaabwe, badde batandise okufiira enjala mu hostels zaabwe n'abagamba ate mufa temufa eggwanga likyabeetaaga mwanguweeko mujje n'ab'ekyambogo webali n'ab'ekyambogo webali.
abasinga tebategeseddwa abasinga abalayini bayisa mulayini
bino siga president bino bitazenga abikola kubadda zenga addukirira abantu kubadda obutambi weebuli afuna akaceere ne gundi akaceere n'akakosha akaceere n'akakosha uwozi mwingine wote kama wote ta lazima na pola sasa wote kama wote oli ku Shalom Television Uganda abali ku WhatsApp group yaffe mugaba mutya n'abakyagala okuteega ebifo bikyaliwo bagala ogyerigattako ebifo bikyaliwo just inbox me with that WhatsApp number kyakabi nnyo Kyagu waffe tumwagala nnyo buno buzanyi wa president waffe okugabira ku bantu buzanyi wa president waffe agabiranga bulijjo kitegeera buno buzanyi wa president sabuddenga taye nga togirenga wa president zezo nyini ezaffe eziriko ne kooti agigyeko abagabire bulungi kyakabi nnyo Mr. President bangi President abikolanga His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu obuntu butono nnyo ku ye obuntu butono nnyo Right Honorable Speaker Robert Charles Wema Kine nkutumiddeko Robert nnyo addala kubeera nga ate oteekamu ensibiso okukuweereza abantu Right Honorable Speaker Robert Charles Mayor to be naga kudda mu kifo ky'omusajja ono amanyikiddwa nga Mudanyama so ne Honorable Isaac Tomusanga w'Emityana kyakabi nnyo naye baddala kubeera nga ogoberera ensonga ate era n'okuziwagira n'okuziteeka mu nkola Emityana tubatumiddeko 45 namba 45 ogamba otya awudwa Bobi akutumiddeko ombaka omukyala ow'Emityana addako tubanye ddala kubeera ensonga ozikwatira ddala bulungi Omumbejja Juliet Nasuuna ekansanga ogamba otya tumiddeko nnyo nze Dr. Enzyme wendi nnyo wano mu bitundu munda mu bisenge bya National Unity Platform President Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu adduukiridde abayizi abadde basitaavira abadde bagenda okufa enjala Nyenga Right Honorable Speaker Robert Charles Wema Kine tumiddeko kale musindika waka munamwe mbisome Julius ogamba otya Shaban ogamba otya agamba ali Tororo Atuhaire ogamba otya Isima ogamba otya Isaac ogamba otya Fahadi ogamba otya agamba Kyagulanyi akola ebyafaayo Fahadi Tamale Lydia mena batumiddeko na agamba nti masha Allah mena batumiddeko mulaba musinzidde ludda wa Dr. Enzyme Zemba umuweereza ono ebuji Arafa agamba ali USA Nasali Jane ogamba otya Kats ogamba otya abaana bangi nnyo abaana bayitirivu laba layini lyekoma yaya abaana bangi Isimu ogamba otya Vincent ogamba otya bano Shabana nga bali ku WhatsApp kyakabi nnyo Lydia ogamba otya Aziz ogamba otya Senga Babi Live Senga Bobi okuva South Korea ogamba otya Kigozi Ramadhan ogamba otya Godfrey ogamba otya Jalia ogamba oli Kongo mu kuziika abeko ogamba otyawo Peter ogamba otya thanks Mr. President Emma ogamba otya Sham TV wakuweereza mukulika ekisolo twavuddeyo Isaac ogamba otya Kyali Dr. Enzyme wano ku Shalom Television Uganda Catherine namba ewaggulu awo gikope ontekisinge ku WhatsApp Maxwell ogamba otya President abadde ali kudduukirira abaana b'amasomero abasitaavinga ali kudduukira n'amasomero abasitaavinga mu masomero aga universities oba government sponsored students abadde basitaavinga abadduukirire n'abawa emmere Anyesiga Anna ogamba otya Nasali Jane ogamba otya Kenneth ogamba otya, Angela ogamba otya, alwaza Samba katamulabye nange simulabye. Oli ne Dr. Enza wano ku Shalom Television Uganda abakyali nga batambuza obubaka. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala omukulembeze bw'atyo bwabikoze. Kale ndowooza nange kamberekereze, nange kamberekereze.
So we are now going to have lunch with the president, and the president will go in the line, and then the rest of you will join the line from behind.
Zero.
If you want to put the line, you have to need this for
Let's speak a
President aliako n'abantu be. President Can your president even?
One soda, water. Soda. Water, soda. We don't eat beef. We eat beef. Soda in the big beef. That's good. You don't have okay, sure. Baja bongera. Muja kudda. Muja kudda bana mbere ndi abana ngati. Mubawe mbere nyingi. Amatera kote mufayo. Omchari katize.
Waliwo abaleyo nga mufa enjala muwedde mmwe mugende Makerere mustavinge mujje president abawe ekyokulya muve mwefe bwe wasoma dda nga wavaayo ddayo osome ustavinge nawe akustavingisa mala okustavingisa ujja okuba endulu ku national unity platform president ajja kuwa emmere mukitegedde ennaku egyo twadde ekisolo so president yamuyisiza bubi nnyo waliwo nabaka amala okulya mbu kati enjala ebaluma mutwale eri nze president yampa keeki nensanyuka kati ono bano abawadde emmere abasaavinze this is so wonderful abonda utone wafera abantu sonko gambo tya president yekwatidde mu nnyama kati agamba abantu bawe ebisinga binene Nyesiga gamba ndi musuubuzi nzije kuba nfa enjala Nyesiga anabeerayo eyo Kenneth ogamba otya this is our generational leader wallahi ebyaddala akubeka outfit kamalayo bumazi starvation in Makerere is taking place stop starvation munonya hashtag wakanabira stop starving students Makerere stop starving students Makerere yo hashtag wanagitegedde agiwandiika hashtag stop starving students Makerere Nasali Jen ogamba otya enjala ng'ennuma nnyo mufe waiswa yakuwa kajuisi awo zaake nakuwa akava Mumbere ogamba otya Dr. Enzyme, this is Sjams Television Uganda. Mwana chuka mimi ngenda kuwanga sifu na ize yagenda kwebaka nze emere gwao egweo sina kyakola yagenda kwebaka zaake yagaba ebijjanjalo Bosco gamba otya Bobi thanks for serving kyakabi nnyo niwalinga batambudde mpolampola walinga batambudde mpolampola songa bwezityo bwezitambula tuli ku kiro kya national unity platform president Kyagulanyi Ssentamu agabudde so sinabafumbira kamera akakabi nabagaba abanaffe the generation temufa njala kubanga mwe generation yenkya mwe Uganda yenkya ate nengera David Musiri ali eri agabe sowaani n'ojja wa Nambasa n'akuteerako ettooke n'ojja wa Council Lewis n'akuteerako omuceere n'ojja wa President n'akuteerako ekifita ennyama ekinene ennyo n'ojja Honorable Zaake n'akuteerako esizanzaalo ate bw'ovaawo n'ojja wa Lewis n'akuwa ak'okunywa oba tuzzi oba tusooda oba tuminati maidi oba kitegeera byonna weebiri. Maria Katz kale ensonga wesoosi kyatambula tuli ku kitabo kya National Unity Platform President Kyagulanyi Ssentamu abyekwatiddemu baaba. Our president is serving people to have life. Okitegeera mwana Matovu agamba nti kyakabi nnyo. Thanks Mr. President. Ne boy Mr. President yampa luli keeki n'empunga kati wawampa emmere nkola nti ekisinza okufa mbeere wano kambeere wano wakuba wakwata essowaani nagamba Ezraim nyinza kufa bufi naye President abikolanga bulijjo kuva ddala ng'akyaliri ng'akyakuba omuziki ng'abikolanga okitegeera ng'abikolanga era nja kuba gikuza kusubscribe to the channel Shalom Television Uganda wantusinzire okubeera nga tubatuusaako buli kimu ate nze mumanyi zisirimba ongeddemu ekifi baaba President okufuna ku mmere agafuna mmere jangu ku kitebe agafuna ku mmere jangu ku kitebe ate layini ekyali mpanvu nnyo terina agamba I miss the Shiba agamba the blood of Jesus now settled the blood of Jesus' name Shiba asabidde emmere kyakabi nnyo. Hajat Nantongo agamba otya agamba ati naye abakulembeze baffe bannange waawa Rebecca obubaka butuuse. Mario agamba nti naye owayiswa ensonga bwesitozi kyatambula gwe sobonya batugoberera ku mukutu guno. Subscribe to the channel, sharing a video kyakabi nanamu kadata ono ye bamuyitaani ono bamuyita Kinsha bami President Akoyi has started using left President omusaasidde nyagaye President Akoyi atandise n'okozesa omukono gwa left banamu mwetegereza. Pius agamba oti otusereeti bambi Pius waki otusereeti olaba otupanga n'emmere eweddewo. President ali kugaba Nupu 4 Medicent ogamba otya Apocraft agamba nti imagine President omulamba asavinga abaanako Mukama Katonda ye bali kutuwa President Kyagulanyi ekitegeera. Ono kirabira Charles ogamba otya Nasuwa ogamba otya naye bambi Bobi Takowa yesterday abadde Kisoro ate kati ali wano ate agabana Jane ogamba otya Koni ogamba otya Richard Kyagulanyi yaddako kyakabi nnyo kitegeera wayiswa kubuuza soda oba wuuta gwe n'olondawo kitegeera nti democracy soda oba wuuta n'olondawo kyakabi nnyo ku mukono gutwagala mu nsi yaffe ng'omukulembeze asobola okutuulako n'abantu be n'abasaabingako okulya okitegeera ku mukono gwe twagala naye olwo omukulembeze gwe mmanyi nga yewa bagenda kugenda mu bantu be ajjali mu bullet proof nga 7 ng'ate alina emmundu nga miliyoni namba nga kadde kalamba ak'emmundu akamwetoolodde awo okitegeera. George ogamba lwaki tosoma komenti zo nange nakola ki naye nzisomye Lilian Zeni George agamba gwe lwaki tosoma just baga nayenjala enoma nope oye pokato ogamba otya webale nnyo mubale ddala mwenna abatukola ku mukutu guno. Nasali ogamba otya kitchen definition of lead by example. Kituufu President Kyagulanyi Ssentamu is leading by example okitegeera. Kyakabi nnyo Kazola soko jote wali wote Kazola soko akufunira ekyokulya gwe enzyme okitegedde nze enzyme omanyi enzyme kitegeeza mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala wayisa takulesa kasoda wayisa takulesa kyakulya wayisa takulesa kakunywa amaking sure ogenda nako making sure ogenda nako Nasuno ogamba otya Maro ogamba otya Kenneth Mulumba ogamba otya the generational president the generational president
okulaba omukulembeze wagwaddaka
olabanga Masai president abawubireko president ali bizi akyasaga tolange mikono gisavinga president sekolo muleka sikasavinga abantu then maybe amaliza gatubira kajambo kitegeera ani divine message etuusi Shabana gas thanks for serving Uganda Sjams president atubirako president agatubirako n'akyasavinga akyasavinga mmere President napa ku nyama weggwamu nga bongeramu
soda water
hashtag stop starving Makerere stop starving students Makerere waliwo akidefiniza no bulungi substance that speeds up chemical reaction kyakabenyo katundozo kitegedde bano bonna namere gye bagenda okulya nze ngenda ogikubaganya namba zakatuwubireko sake nezake uyakyasavinga nagenda bawubirako very soon leero abaself services abalidde za bwereere just balidde za kubanga bagifumbye ofumbi kyokka president emmere agyegabidde akitegeera president emmere agyegabidde soda tukajuisi waiso nakulesa kasoda wakajuisi bano bonna bana be Makerere bambi mulimu n'abekyamboga mulimu n'abekyamboga temuli bano bonna baana be Makerere babadde basitavi badde bagenda kufa enjala bemulaba badde bagenda kufa enjala nafuira president omulanga wiiki ejja Kyambogo tegeddeko nti wiiki ejja Kyambogo namwe bagenda kubeera president agenda kubeera nga abayisaamu olukomo agenda kubeera nga abayisaamu ate mulina okudda ogamba nti era nokwasosa ab'ekyambogo mwetegeka wiiki ejja president abalimu nnyo president abalimu nnyo abayizi b'ekyambogo wiiki ejja president abalimu nnyo so abasitavinga mulindeko okufa abasitavingira ekyambogo mulindeko okufa abasitavingira ekyambogo mulindeko okufa abasitavingira ekyambogo mulindeko okufa olwamu lwa wiiki ejja kitegeera government students onule bano government students be bali wano
Come in the water and soda later. Soda water. Soda water. Never mama baba student that will report. No baba muri basala Niso daika muo wa mawuliro. Gendo jamu.
Ape, sama kujanja la.
Kale mweda bansigadde Dr. Enza ono ku Shalom Television Uganda. Subscribe to the channel tugende maaso mweda